So it's. Do you think, Naza, now I know that you're a male streamer and you're 18 plus, and I know you're a family man of 3 wonderful babies.
I am, yes.
Okay, and if we were to put this in this perspective, would you think if your wife was to become a streamer that obviously the assumption of what she is as a content creator would be deemed as her using sex as a tool? Do you understand where I'm putting this topic?
I would definitely be modding that channel.
I know, like, from guys' point of view, like, I know that we say about women can get more views.
Nah, that's bullshit. Sorry.
Go on.
It is rubbish. I work with some amazing female streamers that have worked their butt off to being on here now. And I've seen the abuse they go through for the sheer fact of, you get your tits out, Reddit. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And small boys need to literally go find Pornhub. I'm sorry, it's free. I really hate this topic. I didn't want to do it.
That's
right. Yeah, no, but no, it's true. The female streamer does go through so much harassment, and I mean, you've been through some disgusting things on your stream.
Just to cause a bit of in people's shock factor. Usually, what happens though for Christmas, I don't go home to Ireland. I actually live in the Netherlands. I am from Dublin, but I live in the Netherlands for the last 4 years. And I stream during Christmas because all the Americans are off with their families and all the guys in the UK are off with their families. So I take over the Xbox dashboard, which expose content creator to millions of users. And last year at Christmas, I had 4 people come to my chat saying, I will find you and I'm going to rape you. Now, for me personally, myself, I have very thick skin. So I like to flip it around and be like, if you found me, I'd peg you and you know all about it. Right? And that, because I'm quite quick-witted. But with some girls, could be.
For some girls, that would crush them.
That would crush them and probably kill off
and
any.
It's disgusting because that sort of thing does crush a channel.
Yeah.
It can crush a channel. We've seen it happen. And it's not fair because the female streamers are actually mostly funnier than the blokes. You just don't give them a freaking chance. I've sat in your channel many nights laughing so hard my ribs are hurting, and I'm meant to be modding. But no, it is ridiculous because the aspects of what women get for you got your breasts out, that's how you've got views, that's how you got a partner, is okay. Some women just like to wear a short cut top. Who gives a crap?
Because our bodies are different, and I know myself, I'm not the smallest lady.
But can I just add on?
Of course, don't go.
I think the different streamers, if they want to use their sex appeal to go further, that's up to them. We all can do our own thing. It's our bodies. If we can do what we want with them. Personally, I choose not to take that route, and I do my own thing. But no offense. If you want to go for it, go for it. Hey, do you? If a guy did it, it'd be okay.
Well, yeah. Well, mankinis.
Again, no.
Knows that does it, I swear.
But
just kidding.
I know that, especially in the industry, for yourself as well, if not just to only target female streamers, those incredibly good-looking lads, as well, that they could be using some kind of factor, the handsome appeal, to obviously get their content out there to.
Flexing guns and.
Let me do some push-ups and. To be honest with you, I've seen them. I've donated to it. If I'm going to be honest, I've donated to these lads. I'm like, the lads can have fun with me, but I'm going to donate $20 to this guy to do 10 push-ups.
There's a guy.
And
I mean, it's not just men using their bodies or whatever. It's look at Dr. Disrespect, who uses this massive persona online, right? No one really talks about his fake persona because apparently
he's very handsome in real life. I've seen him.
But that's the thing. I was saying earlier, it's what Philip DeFranco said, right? Just to paraphrase him a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was if women use these tactics or whatever, or more power to them. They're using something that I don't have. That's the same as Dr. Disrespect. He's using this massive persona. Not everyone has that. These women are using something, that why judge them?
No, I can understand that, and it's always a topic that's very backwards and forwards. Like I know ourselves here, we always talk about like our toss rule on Mixer because we're very strict when it comes to things on Mixer, and that's what I really like about my platform. Is the fact that like if somebody came into my stream and said you're a titty streamer or you're a cam girl, they get suspended. Simple as that. It's done. Good luck. Take your bike and go. And that Mixer doesn't. They don't mess. They don't tolerate it.
But you know, the thing is, like, I think now with the times and the way things are, it's changing. But the reason why probably we get so much trolls and so much harassment is because it's like.
Do you think it's influenced by those people who may use it?
No, like I'm trying to word this correctly. Sorry. It's like the way they act. It's like we're doing something. Like it's like they act like we're doing something wrong if you do choose to take that route, you know. But at the end of the day, why is it wrong? It's wrong because people have said that it's wrong, or they're putting that idea in your head that it's wrong to do that, but yet you still support it. So really, like, does that make sense?
I can understand that as well, but like some people, and see, this is always a very controversial thing. We can sit here for ages and talk about this, but it's sometimes it's like I'm a mom of a 6-year-old daughter. You have a son, and if the last thing I need to do is, if my daughter's watching Minecraft, is to have some girl purposely promoting herself in such a way that is not really good for a 6-year-old or a guy promoting himself.
Well, I also think as a parent, though, we should be aware of what our kids are doing and what they're watching.
That's
like,
true.
And this is like why I'm a teen streamer, and why I'm so aware of my situation. Even if I wasn't on teen and I was on 18 plus, I still think that as influencers, we have to make sure that we know like who our audience are. Doesn't matter if you're on an 18 plus stream, you're still probably going to have a 14-year-old kid in there, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. So as influencers, we have to know who we're influencing.
True.
Can I also just mention
absolutely.
that it's not just like women who choose to go down that route who
Exactly.
get that kind of abuse.
That's
Like Charlie Hudson's like the prime example of that. Like when the IRL section came out originally.
Yeah,
that whole
years
thing
ago,
about, yeah, when her first IRL stream, she was like doing a puzzle in her kitchen or something, and a bunch
and she
of
was
like
in a
troll-
t-shirt and
she was
normal
in
clothes.
exactly, and like the troll militia or whatever came and attacked her and suggested some really vile things to her. I mean, she's not even showing skin. Like it's not just it's all female streamers who really do get that kind of abuse.
I agree with that.
At some point in their career.
Oh yeah, I've been knowing. But going on that, talking about the diversity in the industry, I know that we harped on about women for ages here, but like going into the other topics of LGBT, especially is a very sensitive topic as well. I myself, I would be considered bisexual, but I would consider that I'm greedy is the reality of what I class myself as. I'm just greedy. I'm greedy, right? And I have a lot of friends in LGBT community because I support them because you know what, at the end of the day, if I look at you and I said to you, happy? If you're a cyborg hedgehog, yeah? Grant, I don't care, you're happy, that's all that matters. And I know that, I wish Uni was here because he could really give...
He would really put it across.
He would really put it across because I think he's one of the few most recognisable people in the LGBT community, on Mixer especially, who represent a very well mannered himself and the encouragement as well. But I know that they can get some abuse as well. And the thing is that the beautiful thing about this is that a lot of these guys are very inspiring to those who are trying to discover themselves.
Yeah, I mean, my son, he watches you. He recently came out to me saying he was bisexual.
Yeah.
I was like, Grant, do you want a gold star? He was like, you're not mad? No, it's cool. Are you happy? Yeah, right, sound, off you go. Do what you want to do.
But I know that talking about going back to uni, and I wish he was here. Damn those Ryanair flights. That he gets a lot of messages, and we were talking about this on because a lot of us streamers get together and we talk about building our content and how do we mark ourselves in the right way. And I said, you know what, Uni, why don't you use that gay card more? And he was like, what? I was like, I'm serious. You're very inspiring. You're well spoken. Have you had anyone reach out to you and say, I'm going through something at the moment. What is it I can do to help me go through this situation? And he said, I have. And I was like, have you replied to these people? And he goes, no, I haven't really. I was like, I really do think you should.
Of course you should.
Of course you should. It causes positivity. And And I know that myself, not many people know that I'm bisexual. I don't really go announcing it, but each their own or whatever. But I do get a lot of people who are transgender in the industry coming to me and talking about how going into the content creating, streaming, YouTube videos, whatever it may be, and how they feel criticized about it as well. And like, have you ever had anyone reach out to you yourself? I know that you're a mom, and I don't know what your sexual preference is, so I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I have. Like, I know one of my mods is actually gay as well, and I had another mod who used to be a transgender. So like, I know people from the LGBT. Sorry about that. I get stuck for words. But yeah, no, I do, and like they get a lot of abuse, as you were saying. Uni gets so much crap, and I understand it too. But I think just be you, just use like who you are,
as long as you're happy.
Yeah, and if you're happy, that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't, I'm that type of person. I don't care who you are. Like not who you are, but like just be you. As long as you're you, like that's all I care about. Like, you could be super short, you could be super tall. Like,
is that what I mean? Because I'm short.
Yeah, because I love you though. I love you. But like, my point is like, just be you. That's all I ask for. So.
I can't see how tall I am on stream.
I know I'm taller than you.
I
It's
honestly
okay.
thought you were taller when I met you in IRL.
I actually thought it was going to be taller than me, to be honest.
Yeah, well, this is it. Do you have anything to add to that? Not really, though, because you're like, do you look good? Are you doing well? Grand. Is that the attitude? Maybe for when you're bringing these parties together?
You've got good presence, you'll work with them.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So going on to, I know we talk about women empowering, and I'm going to skip that as well. We're talking about, especially you, Nazir. You're an 18 plus streamer, you're a family man, you're a very, very empowering male presence on Mixer. I think there's a lot of male guys out there, but I think you're very focused.
Very dominant, yeah.
Very dominant is probably a nice way. And I know that being a mod in your stream, I see a lot of stay-at-home dads watching you stream a lot.
Yeah, I think I've got all the single dads or all the stay-at-home dads from the UK.
All the single dads?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've got 3 of my mods are single fathers, and the other one is a stay-at-home dad while his wife works. So it's amazing.
But you're a stay-at-home man yourself.
I was even before I started streaming. I was a stay-at-home dad. I was the one that stayed at home and looked after 3 kids while the wife worked.
But I know that every week on Wednesdays you do Cage Talk, and you talk about a lot to do with the industry. But you also talk about a lot of things as being a father as well, which is also like, and this is what I'm saying is that it is very empowering for those fathers out there, because I know like in Ireland. I don't know if it's still ongoing now, but there was a lot of controversy over fathers not having the rights to have their kids and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, mother always has the rights, and I see.
didn't have the choice. She was leaving. I was keeping the kids.
And it's really, really nice to see that you sit there and you be talking about your children and how you handle certain situations and talking to those fathers as well. Do you feel that in this part of that side of it that you cause a good effect on those dads?
I mean, I seem to cause a good effect. They keep coming back. They keep coming back to moderate, or I've got a few that come back just to watch. So I feel I'm doing good. I get DMs every now and then saying thank you for helping me with this, helping me with that. So it is nice to have that sort of feedback as well from the stream.
Yeah. Okay, one last topic that I wanted to save this beautiful thing for last is libido. And if you don't know what that word is, please Google it. You're welcome. Don't look at images. So, talking about libido, and when I talk about libido, I'm talking about like, for example, me personally, myself, I work as a full-time engineer, so I work 9 hours. I get up early in the morning, I go to work whole day. My mind is constantly solving issues all day long. And then I have 3 hours for myself, and then I stream from 9 to 1 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes it bleeds into 2, sometimes I might finish early and go to bed. And I know for a fact that I was married for 5 years, and that stage where I started getting more successful, the libido in me was falling away because I was like, I'm not in the mood, too stressed for this. Like how, like I know you're a family man.
I've been married 11 years.
11 years, and obviously everyone's still happy. And has that ever been like, has that ever, I know it's a very personal subject to talk about, and everyone may not be able to talk about this.
Full-time streaming is a lot of stress, it's a lot of work. When you're not streaming, you're still working on the background, so you're still doing stuff, emailing companies, keeping up with your community, helping your community along as well. So yeah, it does take up a lot of time, and the libido does. But any good streamer should make time for the family. At the end of the day, so me and the wife will always have our date nights either once a week, twice a week, just to try and keep that. Because at the end of the day, she's still got to feel special. She's still got to feel part of it. So she knows I'm not putting all my time into the stream and not into
the
her.
things.
So you just got to make time for it at the end of the day.
And what about you, Lulu? Like, I know maybe you don't want to talk about that.
I'm a single mother, so
No,
for the last 5 years, so
you have freedom then, nice.
yeah, it's freedom.
But like, did you ever feel that, like, even like looking on my situation, we could talk freely about my situation. I got divorced after when I came back from Germany for the PUBG Invitationals. It was great to come home to no husband. It's very hard. Like everyone's like, oh shit, it's fine, we're friends, don't worry about it. And coming home to that, because I knew myself that it was taking a toll on my marriage as well. Not streaming fully, but the time and effort I was putting into it, and I was pushing him to one side, and he just got fed up with it, and that kind of thing happened. And then I started dating a streamer, and I'm never dating a streamer again. Let's just say that. But it's I know, like, for a fact that you're talking about libido as well. Like, you have to feel kind of wanted and special with people as well as a streamer. But like for example, like for me, I know that some fellas reach out. Like I have that one guy that reaches out to me, that whispers me privately.
Oh, I think I know who that is.
Everyone knows. But
you're talking about like people like whispering you or saying stuff like on Twitter, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. Yeah, people will DM, like on the side, I don't know why they think that, like,
I've never had that.
Well, you can have mine if you like.
I'm good.
No, I'll get the dark side of it. I actually did date a streamer for a short period of time.
I think we all did.
I will definitely tell you that I will not be going down that route ever again. It was very bad. All he was doing was using me to try to advance himself.
Just like me? Is it the same guy? That's so weird.
No way. But, this is the thing, like, I don't know why people think they can get away with these things. It's cute. It baffles me. And while he was seeing me, it was actually funny. He was also dating one of his mods at the same time, who used to come into my chat all the time.
So his libido was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Apparently mine wasn't, so know that.
Son of a gun. So I don't know if you want to add anything. I'm sure you don't want to dabble into this kind of like.
No, you should stay. Just bow down.
Are you happy? Good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think we're going to take some questions. If anyone feels brave enough to, and I don't mind anyone asking. If you feel that you want to ask something a little bit controversial, there's no judgment in here.
After this conversation, nothing's
You'll buy me a drink afterwards. Yes, that young lady down the back. Can we get a microphone for that wonderful looking girl? Don't shout. You always shout at me.
Hey, thank you for a great panel. It's always refreshing to hear everyone's experiences and kind of draw on them as an ex-streamer. What I'm interested in to know is how this journey has progressed over the past few years, and the industry has obviously grown. How you take a duty of care of how far you take responsibility of yourself as that brand or that streamer, that persona, and breaking down barriers, educating, and kind of taking it to the level. We had a lot of people that reach out about mental health, they're struggling. How far do you take it? Do you have a set rule that you refer them to Samaritans, for example? Yeah. And kind of building on that, what do you think platforms can do more to provide resources to help streamers, and how can they activate on moderators a lot more to make them feel part of the community and important in this whole diversity cycle?
Holy crap, breathe.
Soz.
I I do a web show every Wednesday, and like Tink says, it's very variety, from streaming to people's personal issues. I mean, I've had many people come to me with depression, very different mental states, and I've always said to my community, my DMs are always open, either Twitter or Discord. So if you ever need to reach out and just to talk to someone, I will happily mute my microphone and you can just have an ear to talk to. I've always said this to my community and I always will do.
Do you have any walls with that though?
I think if it got too much where someone was talking of ending things, and I would literally, right, you need to talk to, I can't do that, I'm not qualified for that, you need a Samaritan, you need some sort of helpline. But sometimes just being there to help someone talk, just let them talk and let them talk their issues out, and you go, do you feel better now? They go, shit, yeah, that's so much better, dude, thank you for listening for 5-10 minutes. It's refreshing. I've been there, I've suffered with depression, I've suffered with anxiety, and I was lucky enough to have my best friend who was 2 doors down. He found me curled up on the bathroom floor, crying my eyes out, shaking to death, and he sort of scooped me up and he went, right. So I've been through that, I've been through all that sort of stuff. So I've always promoted on every stream I've done, if you ever need to talk to me, come and just reach out. Don't be that person that thinks there's no one out there for them.
Yeah, I think it's very important that even though we are public figures and we're influencers and whatever label you want to slap on ourselves here, it's true. It's very important that you need to look after yourself first, and that you can understand what you can do, not what you can't do. I know myself that I'm very stretched thin, mentally and emotionally, with trying to make obviously my dreams work as a content creator, being an engineer for a very well-known hi-fi company as well, and just trying to make everything pull together in that life. And I understand how people can go through depression and everything like that. I've been down that road. I am considered, and I don't mind talking about this, I'm considered a failed suicide attempt back in 2009. I never got through with it, and I know what bottom of the barrel is like in my world. I would never want to see anyone go through that crap. No way. There's a lot of online help. I know we have a gaming anxiety team as well on Mixer that helps a lot of people that suffer with anxiety, so there's a lot of education there and help. So we do recognise that it is a serious thing to deal with. It is. But it's also very important to not bleed too much into being overly helpful, because there's only so much you can do, and people can get into a feeling of being that emotional crutch. But if there's anything that I can do and point you in the right direction, that's what I'm going to do. But I have to kind of, as selfish as I sound, I have to look after myself first, because if I can't look after myself first, how the hell am I going to help you?
Yeah, I think, like, I personally, as Noz was saying with his streams, I always tell people, if you need somebody, you know, you're always welcome to talk to me, and that's fine. But there has to be a fine line, because at the end of the day, we are not professionals. We are not trained with
We're not
this.
superheroes.
Yeah, we're not superheroes, and you know, it's okay for you to come vent to me, but I cannot like sit here and be like, okay, well, you can do this and you can do this and you can do that. Even though I have been through it, I'm not a trained professional to tell you that. So I actually have a command in my chat where, like, if you type exclamation mark, I can't remember, but it's H, yeah, and it comes up with Samaritans, which is for, I think that's UK, is it?
Ireland, UK as well.
Yeah, Ireland and UK,
Yeah.
and then there's another one I have for American, because I get, my viewership is between UK and America. So I have 2 of their numbers on there just in case, and if anyone needs, you know, but we do have to make sure, as Tinko said, we have to look after ourselves, you know. I've been through my first share of stuff, and like, I needed to seek professional help. Like, a streamer's not going to help you. You can talk to them, yes, but they're not going to get you to where you probably need to be. Mm-hmm. So the best option, I think, like, if you can't help them, is always just be like, seek some help or send them in the right direction. But don't ignore them, because it's not good. Because sometimes some people just, they need to not feel alone. That's all it is.
That's
you
it.
just need a ear, like someone to listen to you, you know.
Or
what I
a
mean?
reassurance as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah.
And, we have
Sorry.
a question here, right here.
Anyone else? Oh yeah.
Fascinating,
Hi,
fascinating.
Sorry about this, I know that we're super stretched for time, but I just
It's all
wanted to ask this question to all you guys and see what your answers was there any one decision or any one factor that helped you make the decision to go from everyday gamer to content creator?
And was there anything that you wish you knew back then that you learned on the job?
Oh yeah. I'll go first, I guess. I got into being a streamer because my ex-husband wanted me to have a hobby and get out of his face. I was always a gamer anyway. Gaming since I was 5. I got into gaming when my mother threatened to break the console over my 2 brothers' heads, and that's how I got into gaming. And violence started. But no, I got into being a content creator because my ex-husband, he felt that my personality could really push this, and if I was to shut my face and actually get it done, it would work out beneficial for him as well. But now he's out of the picture, so it's all me. But the going on to what was the other question? Sorry.
Yeah, something you wish that you...
Oh, wish I knew? I think everybody wishes that they knew a lot of things before we started. Oh my god. How horrible the internet is. I knew how horrible the internet was, but my god, I have been through so much abuse at the start that I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of thankful I did go through the abuse, because I wouldn't have that thick of a skin in the end of it, really. So I wish I knew how hard the work was. That's it. There you go. Yeah.
I started streaming because, well, actually I was always a gamer anyways, I played for years, but I decided one day to start streaming because of, I did a lot of raid help. I helped a lot of people through Destiny, if you know the reference, but raids on there, and I just wanted to do more. I wanted to create this community where it was full of positive, and it was just a place where people could come and be themselves and just help each other and do fun things together, and that's just why I started doing that. What I do wish I had known when I started was that it's okay to not be afraid, to be you. I wish I knew that at the start, because I was very scared when I started and afraid of everything, and I just wish I just went for it instead of being so afraid all the time.
Nice.
So.
Okay.
All right, get it done.
There we go. I wish, I went from Twitch to Mixer. I wish Mixer was back. I wish Mixer was around back when I was 21, 22. Because if I knew what I knew now then, oh god, things would be a whole lot different. What got me into streaming, basically I got a PlayStation 4. They just brought the new app out to stream to Twitch. And after 3 streams, I hit 50 followers. I was like, holy crap, I can do something with this. And I remember talking to my wife going, I need a PC. I need to put something into this. And she's like, right, okay, yeah. She's like, just get a PC and shut up. So we finally got a PC. And October last year, things were going that well. My wife went, quit your job. I was sorry, she went, quit your job. She went, you are depressed whilst working. You are happy when you're streaming. And so yeah,
and your wife supports you?
Yeah, she supports all the way. So if it wasn't for her, I would be streaming full time. So I'm now 5 days a week with the backing of my wife and kids, and I love every bit of it.
And it's amazing if you're a content creator, you're still working or anything like that. Have a conversation with your work. I had a conversation with my job because they knew how much I poured into what I did. All of my PTO time was go to events. And they turned around to me in January and said, look, we're willing to give you 50% off, but we'll still pay you 100% because we believe in what you can do. And this is an American Kickstarter company. No joke. And I was so scared of the opportunity that I didn't do it. I was like, no, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I can do this. And I ended up having a conversation because I was getting so stretched in, and you all know how stretched in I am. God. But I went to my job and I said, how about we just make a long weekend then for me, because I can still do what I want to do, but I still want to work full time because I like to feel human. And they're like, yeah, every Friday, Saturday and Sunday, long weekends, whenever the hell you want. If you want more days off, just ask us. I'm like, okay. So it's okay to have that. But I think that's all we have for today, guys. By all means, you're very welcome to ask us any questions. We'll see you in the bar. And I drink a vodka and 7-Up. And I'll see you all later. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you guys.